Coming up on First at 4, as many departments are fighting forest fires, the Garrett Fire Department is giving back. We'll show you how. Plus, the leaders of the world's two largest economies are meeting right now in California, how it will impact trade, technology, and so much more.
Plus, we stay warm today and tomorrow, but some changes are on the way by Friday. Your forecast coming up as Mountain News First at 4 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, a Virginia man was convicted of 5 charges stemming from the shooting incident involving the Norton City police chief more than 2 years ago. Now, after the verdict was handed down recently, Chief James Lane spoke with WYMT about the case. Lane says he wants his experience to be a learning lesson for every police agency.
For me, it's that, May the 7th of 21, was a day, of course, I'll never forget. I live it over every day of my life, but my goal is to focus on the positive that can be accomplished through training, through helping others.
Lane sustained several injuries from the shooting, injuries that more than 2 years later he is still recovering from. We will have much more on his journey tonight at 6. The Garrett Fire Department is working with an area food truck to bring in funds for the volunteer first responders. Two Big Pigs Barbecue opened its window to the Garrett community today, inviting folks to the food truck with a portion of the proceeds benefiting the fire department. From the dangerous fires to the way the department reaches out to families with its Santa Run, those involved say it's the least they can do to give back to those who give so much.
So they need all the help they can get. Honestly, they do. And when a company like this will donate a portion of their income to help the fire departments, the community needs to step up and do their part and come out and support this company.
The fundraiser saw a lot of support from people in the community and is one of the many businesses that's been part of this year. See more about the fundraiser coming up tonight at 6. A 4-month-old baby is dead after a vehicle fire this morning in Nicholasville. Witnesses told police they saw a man working on a pickup truck in a driveway when it exploded. The man, who police called a suspect, ran off, and it was believed he was seriously injured. Police found him at an area hospital. Right now, they are not releasing his name. The baby was inside the vehicle at the time of the explosion and was killed.
We are tracking dry, sunny, and warm weather across the mountains on your Wednesday, and more warm weather is on the way on your Thursday as well. Let's take a live look from Buffalo Mountain. You can see plenty of blue sky and sunshine over in Perry County right now, and most of us in the upper 60s and lower 70s this afternoon. We should be in the upper 50s, so we are well above average, up to 68 for Jackson, 69 for London, 72 for Manchester, also Harlan, and 70 over in Somerset at this hour. So as promised, we are 5 to 10 degrees cooler or warmer in some areas compared to this time yesterday. So we are once again above average, and that warm weather will stick around into your Thursday as well. Up on first alert, pinpoint Doppler. Once again, we are dry as a bone on your Wednesday, and that dry weather will stick around into this evening, also into tonight, all thanks to high pressure as it continues to stay parked over the region. So more dry weather is on the way for your Thursday, but we are tracking some beneficial rain chances on Friday. Also watching out for another weather system by early next week on Monday, also Tuesday. So after a spell of some drier weather, we are tracking some beneficial rain chances not only this week, but also into next week. All those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. It's been a rocky year for relations between the U.S. and China, and President Joe Biden said the goal of today's meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping is to put the relationship on a more normal course. Karen Kaifa is in Washington with a look at why it matters and how it impacts trade, tech, and more.
President Joe Biden's summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping coming after months of high tensions between the two countries.
There's a lot going on, and I think that both sides are looking for a little bit of stabilization in the relationship.
Biden said one goal for the meeting is to improve things.
We have to ensure that competition does not veer into conflict.
For the leaders of the world's two largest economies, trade is a top issue. In the first 9 months of 2023, Mexico and Canada eclipsed China as America's top trading partners. The Biden administration framing it as a way to minimize risk from exposure to increased geopolitical uncertainty without an all-out decoupling of the two economic superpowers.
The trade relationship is enormously important to both countries. That doesn't mean that there aren't very real concerns about the behavior of the other country.
Lily McElwee is an expert in Chinese foreign policy at the Center for Strategic and International Studies in Washington. She says an agreement to crack down on the export of chemicals used to make fentanyl, expected to be finalized at the summit, could be important for Biden here at home.
This is an important issue that galvanizes Republicans and Democrats, and I think it could be a big win if he's able to secure some agreements from Beijing.
Beijing has also been critical of the Biden administration's limits on the types of semiconductors U.S. companies can sell to China, the world's largest chip market. The Biden administration says it's a move to protect U.S. national security. Beijing has accused Washington of weaponizing trade and tech issues.
That was Karen Kaifa reporting. Coming up on First at 4, as the war between Israel and Hamas continues, the focus is now on hospitals in Gaza, why the battle is moving into the medical centers.
And showers are looming as we end the work week, timing out those rain chances after this break.